This is my favorite painting that I own. It was painted by Spanish Romantic painter Francisco José de Goya y Lucientes. Goya lived from March 30th, 1746 to April 16th, 1828, in the year of our Lord, obviously. He painted this magnificent piece somewhere between 1819 and 1823, and was part of Goya's 14 Pinturas Negras, or Black Paintings. It is entitled Saturno Devorando a su Hijo, or in English, Saturn devouring his son, or in American, Saturn's munching on his boy. Now, you may be wondering, why would you put this up in your house? Are you advocating cannibalism? What is wrong with you? One, a lot actually. I'd rate my current existence at 4 dumpster fires out of 5. 2, the only cannibalism I can possibly recommend in good faith is cannibalizing leftists, because they are just so tasty. But finally, and most importantly, 3, this painting has a plethora of meanings that speak to my very essence. This painting is a depiction of an ancient Greek myth where the Titan Kronos, in Latin it's Saturn, but I'm going to use the ancient Greek names because it's my video and I can do what I want. Our story begins like so many others, when one primordial deity gets bored, creates a child, and bangs it over and over again, creating a bunch of divine babies. Some time passes, there were some shenanigans involving testicles and a sharp object, and this brings us to the Titan age of ancient Greek mythology. Cronus was living it up. He recently got a job promotion to king of all existence, he had a super hot sister wife, and society was generally pretty awesome. It was a golden age where there was no need for laws or rules, and everyone lived in harmony. It was paradise, especially for Cronus, but then he was told,
"There is a prophecy." The prophecy foretold that Cronus would be overthrown by one of his own children, as he himself had overthrown his own father.
You see, Cronus only got that job promotion by castrating his own father in a coup d'etat. Cronus, thoroughly opposed to being overthrown as the king of all existence, and also opposed to the possibilities his testicles would no longer be connected to his body, was to say the least concerned about this prophecy. So, upon hearing the prophecy, Cronus did the only rational thing. Every time his sister wife Rhea gave birth to a child, he would immediately devour it. That should stop any would-be usurpers. They ended up with 6 children: Hestia, Demeter, Hades, Hera, Poseidon, and the youngest, Zeus. The first 5 were torn limb from limb, delicately chewed on and swallowed. Gaia, pissed off at Cronus for non-cannibalistic shenanigans, helped Rhea hide Zeus when he was born. They gave Cronus a stone wrapped up like a baby, and he quickly swallowed it because at this point he was getting pretty full. Zeus was raised in secret on the Isle of Crete until he was strong enough to challenge his father. When he grew up, Zeus attacked his father, who was understandably surprised he had a delicious son he never knew about. Zeus attacked his father with such ferocity that it caused the Titan to upchuck his stomach contents, which included all of Zeus's siblings. Remember, these are all eternal divine beings, so they've just been swirling around Kronos' divine stomach, their disembodied organs eternally digested. I'm obviously not an expert in divine biology, so if you are, leave a comment. Freshly upchucked, Zeus's siblings were able to get all straightened out pretty quick and join Zeus in overthrowing their father. TLDR version is Zeus won, Cronus lost, and now 1/3 of the Greek population has Zeus as one of their ancestors.
You win!
If you want to learn more about all of these cool ancient stories, check out this video by Red of Overly Sarcastic Productions. She'll give you all the deets with an over 9,000 level of sarcasm. Now, back to Saturn devours his son. The word Kronos is synonymous with the ancient Greek word for time, Kronos. Kronos, along with being a harvest deity, is widely regarded as the god of time. This painting by Goya depicts how time ultimately devours us all. In fact, we as human beings bear witness to the passage of time. By existing, we stand up and endure the ravages of time, even if only for a short while. As beings, we are what is present. The ancient Greek word for being is ousia, from the word parousia, which literally means to be present, or to present oneself in such a way that you endure the vagaries of time in your specific form or essence. The final reason I love this painting so much has to do with the way Goya painted it. If you look closely, the line between where the background ends and the figure begins is blurred, almost abstract if you will. This is typical of Goya's work during this period. French philosopher Gilles Deleuze had this to say about Goya's style. Quote, "The abstract line acquires all its force from giving up the model, that is to say, the plastic symbol of the form, and it participates in the ground all the more violently, in that it distinguishes itself from it without the ground distinguishing itself from the line. The line between existence and non-existence is so thin as to barely be perceptible. We are all but a hair's breadth away from no longer existing. How stable, complete, or totalizing can my form or identity actually be then? I am not the same person I was yesterday, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. If I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I'd say the same is probably true of both mine and all of your own futures. So how stable, complete, or totalizing can any of our forms or essences or identities actually be in defining who we are as beings, when the difference between being and non-being is so slim as to be imperceptible? And the ground Deleuze speaks of, the chaotic, contingent, never-ending background of existence, is not itself distinguished from any of us. It is always there, nibbling on our corners, waiting to fully devour us. And just to get a little meta with it, it's the background that is actually time. Chronos is just a temporary personification of time itself. The background of this painting expresses a fundamental principle of reality. The only thing which is constant is change itself. As Buddhists would argue, non-permanence. Time is the continuous expression of difference in itself, because changing from one thing to another is just another difference expressing itself amongst a sea of imperceptible and never-ending differences. As we are devoured by time, new differences express themselves, and we express new differences in reaction. We are difference engines, and it is only when we as people can no longer be different that we cease to be. So these are the reasons I love this painting so much. If people have other interpretations of this painting or disagree with my own interpretations, please leave a comment. If you liked the video, hit like. If you didn't like the video, hit the subscribe button for more videos. Remember, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, dollar bills, y'all. So please become a patron on Patreon.